I've got a happy Leigh Morgan, who's coach of the Oakleigh District footy team. We've had a great win today against Beventyre. He's happy, but he's also just in the back of his mind a little wary, knowing that, hey, we'll celebrate today, but we've got a grand final coming up.
Indeed so. As well, the rubbish cliche is 1 week at a time. It's definitely what it is. We saw Endeavour Hills last week beat Beventyre fairly convincingly. And so it's going to be a hard shootout next week. They've got a lot of talent, we've got a lot of talent, and if we bring our A game, we can definitely take it away from them.
Speaking of A games, were you far away from it today?
At moments, we had it fully on the money, and then other times we just lacked a little bit of discipline, pushing back into defence. We let them run a little bit too freely with the ball, going in, especially into the wind, where it's a challenging thing. We won a game last week by kicking goal into the wind in the last quarter.
And that's what I noticed, because I watched the whole game and it was tit for tat for a lot of the time. But you guys tended to play a little bit better into the wind than them. That's what I thought. At three-quarter time, I didn't anticipate you'd run over them like you did. I thought you might have won by a goal or two, but it just seemed like they were gone, Beventyre, and you guys knew that you had the wind. All you had to do was keep running.
Yeah, persistence pays off. Our third quarter was shut down. Work was absolutely fantastic. Just didn't give them a chance, and they got one goal, which was actually against the tide of play as well. So our back line is absolutely sensational, has been all year. Rocks. That's a couple of them are totally inexperienced, but they just do the job. One-on-one, shut down, and keep going. And a tagging role, and one of the other girls as well. Never played football till this year. She's one of the best taggers in the competition.
How much fun are you having, Leigh? Because you look like you're enjoying yourself. You're tough but fair, but you look like you're having a good time.
They're a great bunch of girls. A very, very eclectic mix of young ladies. All different points of the population we have playing in our team. I've been lucky enough to be there 3 years, and a few of the girls have been there the 3-year journey as well. So there's a special bond there with the older players that have been there, and the young girls are just so fantastic.
Other than the win today, and this is a reasonably tough question, because I did ask Jordan, one of your co-captains, this question, and she answered it very well, and she took a long time to think about it. Other than the win today, what pleased you the most about the effort?
Everyone getting around each other, playing for each other. There was a lot of camaraderie there. And the girls on the bench, we had a large bench which we've never had. It's only just come to the pointy end of the season when we've got all of our players back. So no one up until last week had ever played our full team. And having 8 on the bench, it's really hard for the guys to get a rotation through onto the ground. A couple of times last week, they're saying, oh, geez, I wouldn't mind getting on. This week, all supportive, no whinging and moaning, oh, I want to get on, I want to get on, I want to get on. Everyone had their role, everyone did their role. And the girls on the ground especially did their role to perfection most of the time. That's those little things that we need to work on to win a grand final.
And you could see the feeling at the end, because I was out there at the end, that what this means to them.
Oh, yeah. There's Tyra, number 18, one of our most solid backs. She's played football since she was 7 years old.
Wow.
And never won a final till last week. So she finished that one and she was in tears. So that's just exactly what it meant to her.
And isn't it it must be a great feeling for you, obviously been involved in women's coaching for a while now, that these girls now have a pathway, because when she started at 7, she didn't have a pathway.
No.
Whereas they do now.
Yeah, totally. We've got 3 of our girls. One girl that has played with us, she's with Collingwood now. Jordan, the captain, she was selected for Hawthorn. Kayla, number 33 for us, she's played a couple of games with Carlton this year as well. And so and someone else is trying out at the Doggies, I think, as well. So yeah, a lot of the girls are it's fantastic that they now, as you say, have all these opportunities for the pathway going through. And the best thing is that you don't necessarily have to go and do all these tryouts. A lot of people are scouting around and having a look for where they are, which is fantastic.
We touched on Endeavour Hills. I'll just get your final thoughts on that. What are you going to do to win that game? Because they are a bit of a gun team, aren't they?
Yeah, well, just shut down like we did in the third quarter there. Shut them. If it's a windy game again, shut down and play to our structure. If we hold our structure, because there's moments when we don't hold it, and that's when they get through the gaps. If we play fully to our structure, we can take it away from them, because there are chinks in their arm and there's no problems. And part of it is hard pressure. Forward pressure, chasing them out of their back line, putting the hard push onto that, and they can break down there. Our centre is probably the strongest in the competition, according to me at least anyway. But when we win the ball forward and hold the ball in, it creates a little bit of chaos for them. they fall down under the pressure.
I thought that was what you did better today than Bentley. Their forward pressure when they had the ball, it let them down, especially when they were running into the wind, because you don't get many chances into the wind. You've got to keep that ball up there. But anyway, that's a discussion for another day.
Sure.
Enjoy the win. Great win. It was a great game to watch. Good luck next week against Endeavour
Thanks,
Hills.
Coach. Thanks very much, man.
Come on, mate. Thank you.
Cheers. It's a rather noisy Oakleigh Districts room, and you expect that because they just got into a grand final, and one of the captains, Emily, is with me. You better say your second name, Emily. I don't know.
Beventyre.
Beventyre. I've never heard of
I
name.
think I'm the only Beventyre in the world.
I think you must be.
Combined name with me and my wife, so.
I watched this game today, and you guys, it was just grit and determination. And of course, in the end, you overran them with about 3 or 4 goals and a strong win in that last quarter. But how does it feel?
Oh, look, it feels pretty good. We've had an indifferent up and down year, I suppose, but look, it's really tough out there playing with the wind. You kind of don't know who's up and down. You know, even though we were down at quarter time, I felt like we did really well against the wind to hold them just to that one goal. Probably a bit disappointing to give them a goal in that second quarter. That third quarter against the wind, I think it was. But yeah, to come back and, you know, we kept kicking a lot of points in that fourth quarter. We just needed to get a couple of goals on the board, which we did in the end. So it was a lot closer than the scoreboard in the end. We kicked a couple of what you might call junk time goals, but yeah.
But would you say, and this is not taking anything away from them, you guys just played smarter, because at 3/4 time, I thought Bentley, they just don't have enough points. They're a goal and 2, but they're 8 points up or something, and you guys just look like you're coming home strong. Bentley were just buggered at the end of that third quarter.
Oh, look, it's hard to tell. I do think we probably played against the wind. We played that well.
You played much better than them against
Yeah, against the wind. So, you know, it was really strong out there, and it's really difficult to play in that wind. But I mean, we've done it 2 weeks in a row now, and come across the line. So it's great to be in a grand final again. We were in the first year. So it's great to be in with this great bunch of girls and coaching staff and all the supporters that come down and support us throughout the year.
I heard your coach say last time in the grand final a couple of years ago, 6 showed up to train. He said, "I'm not putting up with that again."
Well, interesting, because the first year I think I went to training probably that grand final week, so that was the only training session for me. But being one of the captains this year, I have got down there a bit more. But look, training, everyone's got lots of stuff on. Obviously, with footy and a lot of these girls, it's not their number one priority, unfortunately, but it's just the way it is. But I'm sure that there'll be lots down there this week, getting ready for the grand final on the weekend.
Speaking about grand final weeks, Emily, how do you get ready for grand final weeks? Obviously, lots of media commitments and appearances and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll have to be fielding calls. I'll have to make sure the manager just lets me concentrate on footy this week. But look,
tickets for friends.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. Absolutely. But look, I'm really busy at work. I actually work in junior footy, so we've got finals this weekend as well. So I'll be thinking about that. I probably won't even think about the game till the Saturday morning. So it's probably good for me. I just relax and then worry about the game on Saturday.
Well, great attitude. It was a great game to watch. Fantastic. Really hard. 2 teams went at it. In the end, you guys just played smarter footy, I thought. But congratulations, but it's not over yet. Next week.
No, absolutely not. I mean, obviously Endeavour Hills are an amazing team. We haven't got them at all, haven't been able to get over the line with them this year, but I felt like every time we've played them we have got closer, and I think there is a big belief in the team. Also, just want to acknowledge Bentley as well. Like, you know, we ran out winners today, but their improvement this year compared to, like, they've had an amazing year, so big kudos to them as well.
Good on you, Emily. Good luck for next week. Well done today. Celebrate the wins. Not too much though. Don't get on it too much tonight. And then, of course, get ready for next week.
I appreciate the support. Thank you.
I've got another captain, excited captain, happy captain, still energetic captain, looks like a bit of an injured captain, Jordan Misfud from Oakleigh District. Congratulations, Jordan.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a great game, and glad we came off with the win in the end.
First of all, what's wrong? Just icing up?
So a girl stepped on my hand. I'm gonna got three or four studs in it last week, so it's still a bit swollen. We taped it up for the game, but yeah, just gotta ice it, look after it before next week.
It was a hard game, wasn't it? It was tough and hard. And I was saying to someone on the sidelines, I reckon I'd rather play in wet conditions than windy conditions, because wind just, you get ahead of yourself. You think, oh, we'll get the win next quarter, but if you don't deal with it, you're in trouble.
Yeah, we knew coming up against these girls it was going to be a hard game, always very physical, and that's what it was. But our girls really put it to them, and we tackled probably the best that we all have all year, and that really help us get the win on the board today. So
Would you say, and I said this to Emily, your co-captain, would you say you played a little smarter than them because you dealt with the wind a little bit better when you were running into it?
Yeah, I think I floated back when we were going against the wind, so we definitely knew that we kind of had to lock the ball out to help us get an advantage going into the wind. So yeah, we had, I think, myself and Emily, the other co-captain, floating back to kind of pick up those loose balls and stop their run and momentum forward.
Because it's very close between you guys, because I know that, if my memory serves me correctly, you'd beaten them once before, but they've beaten you twice in the home and away, is that right?
Yeah, so they beat us the first 2 times we played them, and we beat them in the last home and away game of the season 3 weeks ago. So I think we came in with a bit of confidence from that, and they're a very fast team, so we just knew we had to stop their runners, and that's what we did today. So
what Jordan Misfud do for getting ready for a grand final? I know your coach said he wants to make sure you all show up for training at least.
Yeah, training's what shows on the ground. So certainly got to put in the effort at training this week with the girls and make sure the morale around the club's really high, so we can go in confident next week.
What was your favourite thing about today, other than winning?
I think just a close contest. The adrenaline of the game. I love it. I play numerous sports, and I just love the adrenaline of the game, and the hard hitting, and I guess.
What's the other sports you play?
So I play basketball and netball as well, but obviously football is probably my favourite sport. Yeah.
I tell you what, you were fantastic today. I watched you play. And take no prisoners with you, Jordan. I wouldn't want to be standing in front of you when you were going after the ball, because you were so determined, pretty much like most of the team, and thoroughly deserved win. A little bit surprised that you overran them in the end, but I just thought they didn't have enough points at 3/4 time running with the wind. It was that simple.
Yeah, I think we certainly knew that all we had to do was lock them out in that third quarter, and that's what we did, only being, I think, 8 points behind. So we went into that last quarter really confident, knowing that we had to use the wind advantage to get on top, and that's what we did, and we got away with, I think, three goals in the last 5 minutes. So
Endeavour Hills, grand final?
That's another ball game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are tough. I've watched them play. They're a good team.
Yeah, they are. I missed out on playing them, I think, a few weeks ago, but the girls only went down by about, not too much, to be honest. So certainly, I think with the full side, we'll put on a good contest against them next week. But yeah, they are a very hard and a very skillful team. So we've got our work cut out for us, that's for sure.
Can I ask for a prediction?
I think I have to back my girls. Yeah.
Great answer, fantastic answer, Jordan. Great to meet you, and really well done today. As I said earlier to Emily, it was a great game to watch, and there was nothing left off the field, if you know what I mean, or on the field, whatever you say. You left it all on the field. Well done.
Thank you.
Get your GameFace on.